Side-scrollers are having a major comeback, and 2026 is shaping up to be pure chaos in a good way. Today, we're diving into the top 12 upcoming 2D side-scrolling games that look insane, creative, and totally mind-blowing. If you're a fan of pixel art, hand-drawn worlds, weird monsters, or absolute emotional destruction, buckle up and remember to like and subscribe to support the channel.
Come on, follow me!
Out of Words. Out of Words has a sweet and emotional premise. Players guide a little creature made of ink through a mysterious world built of stories, imagination, and memories. The entire game is about communication, creativity, and self-expression. It is colourful, cozy, and surprisingly deep beneath the cute art. The world reacts to the storytelling elements you discover, so areas change based on the narrative themes you explore. It has platforming, puzzles, and emotional moments that feel like an interactive storybook. Players can expect gentle challenges instead of rage-quit difficulty. The game focuses more on atmosphere and storytelling. It might feel a little slow for someone who wants non-stop combat, but that calm pacing is part of its charm. The art style looks beautiful, with hand-drawn characters and environments that feel alive. This is a game for players who love emotional journeys instead of explosions every 5 seconds. It feels warm, creative, and strangely personal, especially for a side-scroller. Its sweetest feature is how words literally shape the world. It looks like one of the most wholesome releases in 2026, and every level teases surprising meaning. Out of Words looks like a love letter to imagination, and anyone who enjoys story-based adventures will want to play this. Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf. Planet of Lana already won people over with its soft visuals and emotional sci-fi storytelling, and now the sequel is taking everything further. Children of the Leaf expands the universe, exploring new lands, new mysteries, and new dangers. The little robot-like creatures return, and there is a stronger focus on cooperation and survival. The world still looks stunning, with hand-painted art that feels peaceful even when something terrifying is hiding in the shadows. Players get cinematic platforming, clever puzzles, and emotional storytelling. The companion system is back, but with more gameplay depth. Expect challenges that mix puzzle solving, stealth, and smart timing. The visuals are peaceful, but the world has real tension underneath. The pacing is slow and thoughtful, but fans love that style. The only downside is that people who prefer constant action might find it relaxed. Still, the emotional storytelling is its biggest strength. Every chapter feels alive, and every discovery feels important. If the first game made you feel something, the sequel looks ready to punch you in the heart a little harder. Planet of Lana 2 is shaping up to be another beautiful adventure that proves quiet stories can still be epic.
The castle has been sighted again. The Church's orders are absolute. These human sacrifices must be stopped.
Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement. The Bloodstained series always delivers gothic monster-smashing platforming, and Scarlet Engagement looks packed with stylish action. Players get fast 2D combat, magical abilities, and a creepy setting filled with demons and dark secrets. Fans of classic Castlevania-style gameplay will feel right at home. The protagonist can customize weapons and powers, which helps every fight feel personal and strategic. This time, the story leans into mystery and supernatural horror. The visuals look sharper, the bosses are massive, and the world is full of secrets. The music also has that gothic orchestra flair that fans love. The combat system looks smoother than previous titles, and movement is faster and flashier. People who want long, grindy RPG leveling will get plenty to do, although newcomers might need some patience because Bloodstained can get tricky fast. Still, that difficulty is what makes victories satisfying. If you enjoy stylish 2D combat, magic attacks, spooky castles, and giant monsters that explode dramatically when defeated. This release should be on your list. Scarlet Engagement looks dramatic, intense, and full of boss fights that demand skill. Every trailer makes it clear that fans of gothic action will be screaming happily at their screen. Little Samson. Little Samson is a classic NES game that many players never got to enjoy because the original cartridge became incredibly rare and expensive. The 2026 release brings it back using modern restoration technology while keeping its retro charm intact. The game features 4 playable characters, each with unique abilities, movement, and combat style. One climbs walls, one breathes fire, one is tiny and fast, and Samson himself is the all-around hero. This remake promises smoother controls, better visual clarity, and small improvements without changing the original style. Anyone who loves old-school platformers will enjoy how authentic it feels. Some modern players may find it less flashy than newer games, but that retro charm is the entire point. It is colourful, fast, and creative, and every level feels different. The bosses are fun, the music sounds nostalgic, and the character switch mechanic keeps gameplay interesting. Players who missed the original finally get a chance to experience something that became legendary for its quality. Little Samson is simple, fun, challenging, and full of personality. The remake finally lets everyone enjoy a game that used to cost the price of a used car. Replaced. Replaced is a stunning cinematic side-scroller set in a dark, alternate future. Players control an AI trapped inside a human body, trying to survive in a corrupt cyberpunk society. The pixel art is incredibly detailed, with lighting and animation that look like a high-budget sci-fi movie. Everything feels moody and stylish, from the neon streets to the brutal combat animations. The game mixes platforming, exploration, and hand-to-hand combat. It feels punchy, emotional, and intense. Replaced also has a strong story about identity, survival, and freedom. Expect dramatic cutscenes, sharp writing, and characters with emotional depth. The downside might be that the world is heavy and dark, so players who want happy vibes might feel like they walked into a depressing, futuristic therapy session. But if you love serious cyberpunk storytelling, this game has a bold style that stands out. The combat looks smooth and cinematic, the environments look alive, and every moment feels handcrafted. Replaced is stylish, emotional, artistic, and one of the most visually impressive pixel games ever made. Anyone who loves cyberpunk should be excited. Silver Pines. Silver Pines mixes spooky forests, mysterious cabins, and supernatural secrets into a 2D adventure full of atmosphere. You play as a child searching for a missing sibling in a quiet town that is not as peaceful as it looks. There are whispers in the woods, strange black shapes, and puzzles that reveal what happened to the town. The hand-drawn art is soft and eerie, making simple environments feel unsettling. The game focuses on exploration and storytelling instead of fast fighting. Areas fill with details, notes, and visual hints that slowly reveal the mystery. Some players might want more action, but the slower pace fits the creepy tone. The best part of Silver Pines is how it builds tension without jump scares every second. Small moments become scary because the world feels wrong. It also has a strong emotional tone about family, loss, and courage. The atmosphere looks perfect for fans of Inside, Limbo, and Little Nightmares. Anyone who enjoys quiet horror games should keep an eye on it. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction. He-Man returns, and this time it's in a 2D side-scrolling action game filled with classic characters, flashy animations, and giant fantasy battles. The story revolves around a powerful relic that can reshape the world. And of course, Skeletor wants it because Skeletor never learns to calm down. The game is colourful, dramatic, and full of cheesy superhero energy. Players can expect fast combat, magic attacks, and big cartoon-style boss fights. The animation looks bright and modern while keeping the fun style of the original show. The game seems aimed at both old fans and kids discovering He-Man for the first time. It might be less serious than dark fantasy games, but that playful tone makes it entertaining. Expect dramatic voice lines, heroic poses, and dramatic villains doing dramatic things. The gameplay looks smooth, the worlds look varied, and players might get to switch between different characters from the franchise. Anyone who grew up watching He-Man will probably smile the moment they see the giant sword swing. This game looks like loud, colourful fun that embraces classic cartoon action. Darwin's Paradox. Darwin's Paradox is a strange and funny 2D platformer where evolution becomes chaos. Animals morph, mutate, and gain strange abilities as the world transforms around them. The player controls a creature trying to survive in an ever-changing environment. Levels become unpredictable, and puzzles require thinking in creative ways because the character can evolve into different forms. The game mixes humour, weird art, and clever mechanics. One moment you might be a bird darting through hazards, and the next you might be a chunky creature smashing obstacles. The design encourages experimentation, so every level feels unique. Some players might find the constant change challenging at first, but the unpredictability is what makes it special. The humour helps too. Creatures make silly expressions and sound effects, and some mutations look ridiculous on purpose. It feels playful, smart, and wonderfully weird. Darwin's Paradox looks like a puzzle platformer with creativity exploding out of every corner. Fans of odd games like Spore or Wario Land will enjoy its wacky ideas and funny attitude. Skinwalker. Skinwalker is a horror side-scroller built around Native American folklore. The setting is dark, eerie, and filled with supernatural creatures. You play as a character trying to uncover the truth behind shape-shifting monsters hiding in human form. The environments are dusty, shadowy, and full of fear. The art style is gritty and realistic, which adds to the horror. The game looks emotional and tense. You do not always get weapons, so there is a lot of hiding, running, and clever puzzle solving. The tension stays high because the enemy can shift into different forms and stalk the player. It isn't just jump scares. The horror is slow, quiet, and psychological. That makes the scary moments hit harder. Some players might find it intense or disturbing, but horror fans will love that. The story feels grounded and respectful of real folklore, which makes it more interesting than a generic monster story. The mystery builds slowly, and every discovery feels important. Skinwalker looks terrifying in a smart way, and horror fans should prepare for nightmares. Alruna End of History. Alruna End of History blends mythology, fantasy, and emotional storytelling into a side-scrolling world filled with magic. The player controls Alruna, a warrior with supernatural powers, fighting to stop a world-ending event. The visuals are painterly and dramatic, with glowing spells, giant beasts, and ancient ruins. Every environment looks like artwork. The combat mixes swordplay and magical attacks. Players unlock abilities, explore mysterious lands, and fight huge bosses. The music has an emotional fantasy tone that matches the story's scale. Some fans will love the dramatic tone, while others may prefer something sillier. But the game aims for epic moments, and it looks like it will deliver. The narrative is a big part of the experience, and the characters have deep backstories. The world feels mythical rather than gritty, which creates a different atmosphere from many modern fantasy games. End of Abyss. End of Abyss is a dark fantasy side-scroller that mixes sword combat, magic, and Souls-like difficulty. Players explore ruined kingdoms, cursed lands, and deep underground civilizations while fighting massive monsters. The world is gloomy, but also beautiful. The animations are smooth, and the boss designs are huge and terrifying. The combat is fast and challenging, with dodges, parries, and special abilities. Players must learn attack patterns and time their strikes. This means the game might feel hard, but victories feel incredibly satisfying. Every enemy looks dangerous, and every mistake hurts. Exploration is also a big part of the game. Hidden routes, secret rooms, and mysterious NPCs fill the world. Fans of difficult action games will probably love it. People who want a relaxed experience might get stressed because the game expects skill and patience. Still, the dark fantasy atmosphere and intense battles make it exciting. End of Abyss looks stylish, brutal and dramatic. Fans of Blasphemous and Hollow Knight will definitely pay attention to this one. Emberbane. Emberbane is a hand-drawn 2D side-scroller with stylish sword combat and mystical fire powers. The player controls a warrior with the ability to manipulate flame, using it for attacks, platforming and puzzle solving. Enemies explode in bright sparks, levels are filled with glowing effects, and everything feels energetic and fast. The world mixes fantasy, magic, and ancient ruins. Combat is smooth, flashy, and full of combos. The art style has a painted look with glowing details that make fire abilities beautiful. Boss fights look intense, with huge creatures and dramatic attack patterns. The soundtrack feels heroic and exciting, matching the fast gameplay. The only downside is that it might be challenging for newcomers since timing and movement matter a lot. But even then, the combat looks rewarding. Emberbane stands out because it is emotional, fast, and visually stunning. It looks like one of the strongest indie titles releasing early in 2026. Marvelous Verdict. 2026 is bringing some wild 2D games, from emotional stories to spooky horror and loud, explosive action. Every one of these titles has something unique, and side-scrollers are clearly alive and thriving. If you enjoyed this list, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more gaming videos. Thanks for watching, and tell us in the comments which game you're excited for.